Two people from North Carolina are included in the list of people indicted in the Georgia case.
Lawyer Sidney Powell and former Congressman Mark Meadows both face allegations that include serious charges. Before working for Donald Trump's campaign and standing next to Rudy Giuliani claiming the 2020 election was stolen, attorney Sidney Powell grew up in Raleigh and received her law degree from UNC, spending part of her career in Asheville. Now she finds herself indicted on 7 charges.
It's a really sweeping and broad-based net that's being thrown out by the district attorney.
Powell is charged with 1 count of violating the Georgia RICO Act, as well as conspiracy to commit election fraud and conspiracy to commit computer theft.
How did a woman doing charitable things in Asheville, attending church, civic clubs, how did she find herself in this kind of predicament?
Also indicted in the Georgia case is former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Meadows faces 2 charges, including violation of the Georgia RICO Act. Meadows represented part of Western North Carolina in the U.S. House before leaving to work for the Trump administration. When Meadows first ran for Congress, Donald Trump was a reality TV star. Former Associate Justice of the North Carolina Supreme Court Bob Orr says no one, including Meadows, could have predicted what would later follow.
I'm sure Mark could have never envisioned this. He was seen, I think, pretty much as a middle-of-the-road conservative and not as someone that would find themselves in this kind of legal trouble, in this sort of constitutional controversy about where the nation has ended up because of Trump.
Meadows has not been indicted in the federal January 6 case. There is speculation that he could be cooperating with the special counsel, but Orr says that does not appear to be true in the Georgia case.
I think Meadows probably knows more from the bigger picture and would have more to offer if he's willing to make a deal with the district attorney, but at this point, it doesn't appear that he has.
However, there is a lot that can happen between now and the trial. So it's possible, we don't know,
right.
Of course, that either or both could cooperate and become state's witnesses. We have to remind folks that they're both presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. What will happen next down the line, how many months that's going to be, as we heard from Hannah Brandt, we don't know.
Could take some time.
It could really take a long time.
Russ, thanks.
You bet.